Should you make repairs or improvement before selling your property? Let's talk about it. What's going on, good guys? Chris Newton here, Chris Newton Real Estate, chrisnewtonrealestate.com. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on the gram, follow me on Twitter. Let's talk about it. Should you make repairs or improvements on a property? It kind of depends on, this is really like a depending, I don't want to say dependable, that's crazy. This is kind of like a depending business in a sense, right? It depends, in my opinion, it depends on your goal, right? It depends on your goal. Do you want to spend the money to do it or not? That's what I would say, right? So if you want to say, okay, I sold my property for, let's say your property should be worth $1 million, but it needs $200,000 worth of repairs for you to get that $1 million. So right now your property is worth $800,000. Do you want to put the time and money into those repairs to bring that property up to $1 million? Or because that money is gonna net the same. It's about netting. So a lot of people, a lot of real estate agents, and a lot of sellers and buyers get caught up in a price. It's really about the net. You may be netting the same. So the advantage would be the time, right? That would really be the factor that you have to think about most, the time. So do you want to spend 4, 5 months doing these repairs, even if it's 2 months, 3 months, whatever? Do you want to spend that time doing that repair? Because you're still going to have to pay that much. You actually may be netting less because, at $1 million, so you put $200,000 into it to make $1 million, right? Now you hire the real estate agent, Chris, you hire me, and we get you the offer that you want, asking. Let's say everything is at asking. So you get the $1 million. If now we're doing 6%, right? If you would have hired me at the $800,000 price point, you're only paying 6% on the $800,000. You just made $200,000 in repairs. So that $200,000 is gone, period. It's gone. But now you have to pay me 6% of that $1 million. So now you're netting less because of the commission, taxes. You're paying 2%, 3%, whatever taxes on that $1 million than you would on $800,000. In New York, you got to pay mansion tax. Anything over $1 million, you hit that $1 million mark, you got to pay that mansion tax. What's that? 1%. So that's $10,000. You wouldn't have to pay that at $800,000. So it's really about what you have to net. Now, if your property is in shambles, right? If your property is in shambles, however, when you fix it up, it's worth $1 million, but right now it's worth $300,000. Fix it. Yeah, most definitely. So let's say you have an older house, right? Let's say you have an older house and it's been in the family for a long time and it's paid off or whatever. Right now in the current condition, it's probably worth $300,000, $400,000. An investor's gonna come in and the end user isn't gonna want to do it because it's gonna cost too much money, it's gonna take too much work, and then the user is gonna come and lowball you. But that property is worth somewhere upwards of $800,000, $900,000 after you fix it up. But it needs a new roof, it needs a new boiler, it needs a new hot water heater, it needs this, that, third, whatever. Your property is worth $300,000 right now. It's gonna cost you $350,000 or $400,000 to fix it up. You have the money, but it's gonna cost you that much money to fix it up. So your property is worth $300,000. It's paid off, but your property is worth $300,000. You put $400,000 in, that's $700,000. Your property is now worth $800,000, $900,000. Hell yeah! Do those repairs. This is how flippers look at it. Okay, this property is freaking shit. Pardon my language, YouTube. This property is terrible, and but if I put $200,000 in and fix it up, I'm going to make this amount of money, so let me take out this loan and whatever. So it really just depends on your goals. It really just depends on what you want to do and if it makes sense. If it makes sense, yes. If, let's say you got a property somewhere that's not desirable, not too much desirable, like in Brooklyn, let's say Brownsville, right? Do you want to build them? Like, do you really want to put extra? Like, you have a house and you put $2 million of work into that house? Absolutely not. If the property is worth $600,000 and you put $2 million of work into it, that property is not now worth $3 million. Why? Because of the location. Brownsville is not super desirable in New York, in damn near the world, right? For that much money for, let's say, a single family house, it doesn't make sense. So you wouldn't do that, right? I don't even know if you could put $2 million into a property in Brownsville. Let's say you do it though. You find a way to do it. You find a way to spend that money. It's going to take you so long to make that money back. It doesn't make sense. So you just locked up $2 million into a $600,000 property to hopefully make $3 million back. It's 2023, 2024. You're not going to make that money back until 2068, right? That's crazy. You could have did so much more with that $2 million if you would have just allocated it somewhere else. So it again, it just depends on what you want to do. It depends on the goals. It depends on, it depends on the goals. It depends on the goals. I tell a lot of people, Chris, I have this property, I want to fix it up and so on and so forth. Well, how much do you want to sell it for? I want to sell it for, $800,000. Well, nothing over here, it probably does need work. I'm being candid with you. Your property does need work. The problem is nothing over here is traded at $800,000. How much do you see you having to fix your property up for? $200,000. Don't fix it. Just sell it to an investor. Like, you're going to pay $200,000 to try to get $800,000. Your property is only worth $600,000. Your property is only worth $600,000, so it needs $200,000 worth of work. That $200,000 is gone regardless, whether you spend it or you price it $200,000 where it's supposed to be at lower. That $200,000 is gone. It's gone. Now you just got a $200,000 headache. Give that to an investor. They'll fix it. They'll flip it. They'll hire who they have to hire, and they'll put it back on the market. You made your money. You're going to net less. I shouldn't even be giving a game like this. Listen, yesterday my haircut was a little, I fixed it though. But this is just what it is. You have to think, you have to be smart. So call me, Chris. Hey, Chris, I saw your video about, fixing the properties and, sometimes a coat of paint would do wonders. Sometimes you have to make the improvements, right? So you may not have to gut the entire property, but you go downstairs to the basement. The basement looks a little off. Yeah, change the stove, change the fridge, fix up the windows a little bit, paint, you're set. You'll be good. You'll be good with that. That little bit just to make it brighter and cleaner. You take out all of the extra stuff, all of the extra mucho that's bringing the value down. That will work wonders. Work wonders. Take down a big TV. Take down these paintings. You got a freaking velvet colored purple wall. Repaint that. Put some paint over that. Well, primer. You need to put a lot of primer over that. Put some primer over, sand it off, and repaint it and do this and do that. That, let's say you put $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 into that. Fine. Just, you don't have to go crazy and change the sink and change this. No. Take out some of the appliances. You got the white fridge, you got the white stove, take that out, put some stainless steel in there. You don't have to put nothing fancy. You don't have to put Miele appliances there. Get you some Whirlpool appliances. That's great. You know, just put some stainless steel appliances there, clean up. You don't have to change the countertops unless the countertops are looking crazy. Sometimes, depending on the kind of material the countertops is, you could just repaint it. Like you can do, there's things you can do that's that's cost friendly, cost efficient, and it's just not going to cost you an arm and a leg. Just, you know, go that route. So hope that answers your question. If it didn't, give me a call, text me, shoot me a text. Chris Newton Real Estate, chrisnewtonrealestate.com. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys soon.